Yes, abusia yamamu nyina akwa by na no pe wi anwumre yenchiachia mu nyina Fambra Big Stone TV on YouTube. Big Stone TV on YouTube. If you want subscribe, ya bombodia na subscribe. O subscribe ya yentel. Don't call the bampacho me. Sina be the video be tumwa. Onso ubetimi enya be medin e de andy.com and dem na me tuja no e de ama tester. Tester. One dem insaka Coach Ali, the Supreme Sword and the King of Aguazo Palace over University of Ghana. Massa say young coachy team, young coachy hall and fangy trophies. The Obia Eno Empre, Osha Saba, and Manny Merman trophies. Waju over 100 trophies as a coach. Ewo University of Ghana. Hanuma, let's say Bibia, so coach Bibia Boko.
And in Yamiada, Bibia Boko.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, so about room if you know,
that they had to folk, we have Bibia Boko.
I think mixed feelings. Also, Osha has to focus. The hopes were very high, and we drew the game. Until you can say hopes, about from.
Not GDN was through. Not GDN. After some board draw, no. Yeah, board
draw first game against Ohio United, And my GDN about from. But the last season, Obeka said there has been an improvement in our first game.
Osha had to folk for the past 6 seasons. Now on that and winning the first game. Most of the games now background now had to focus Lucy. Will you say this particular draw no fair now?
Andy, Metmaka said fair in the sense that okay under Koopman, Matthias Koopman. You best start this season, okay, kashala.
Yeah.
Some of the strikers by no be any so has to folk first game against RTU there. Nanko kwatene tamale. And I've always said, has no big clubs, irrespective of where they play the match, they have to win. So we'll quite away, so we'll go home. Has an abano, and was a watcher to acquire now. No man to me, Fano, a boo has supporters in Abin. Last season, under coach I friend Abubakar Watara.
Yeah,
and I have stated, say, who is
water football,
who is a Mobodu Freewa. He has been the best coach for House of Folk for the past 20 years.
Oh, sir.
Yes.
And I have supporters also the modern ones,
because they don't believe in statistics, and probably some of the time I will go there. Osha the last game, a friendly match, or Botia Dreams FC or draw. And now House of Folk, Ebobo Baseke, Holy Stars, na GDN Shadeni Hosa, and they lost the game to Baseke Holy Stars, which Emma House of Folk for Nabembui. Their second game was against Pando Out of Lions. They lost 2-0 against Bashe Hayford side, And the House of Folk supporters na Bembui 2 matches out of the maximum 6. Now House of Folk was 0. But to this season, preseason House of Folk coach Didi Dramani.
Didi Trapatoni.
Yes.
Sana your friend one.
Didi Trapatoni. Which the Juma will be against Kumasi Asante Kotoko within 2 weeks or by. Andy, Metmaka say game no Kotoko every year, but a lot of House of Folk fans were very happy.
Our President Cup,
the performance House of Folk players in exhibit. Shasa wash first goal, na Kotoko abetia show. Then you score the goal, referee disallow your last minute a penalty kick. Emma, one of your young players, it me boss, it gives you hope, say no, my papa be better me free cane. It me the aba. Then coming into the Gaman checkup against Tima. Or 4 points through her, Pando out of line.
The Boboleji boys.
And also, with Michelle 2-0, and especially when your star player and a performance last season, Nayan Sonisa, he scored around 4 or 5 goals. A branch of friend Hamza Isa.
Yeah.
Ultimate Twatana, then the new player on the block, Blo Duku. And also Timmy Shego.
Francis Duku.
It gave us a folk hopes. Then they move on to the top 4. Osha top 4 now the first game against Out of Lions. Mostly if you play against technocrats, coaches or Munima there to say Coach Bashe
Hayford.
Our league in 2 times. As we speak now, we have only 2 coaches or more league in him says Imagine League 2 times. That is Didi Trapatoni and Bashe Hayford.
These 2 coaches pair.
I Imagine League, 2 coaches a woman Imagine League, Omumi and Upen Imagine League in 2 times. So I Didi Trapatoni on Waje with Kumasi Asante Kotoko back to back, and he's the last coach to do that.
Okay.
Osha Bashe for that on Oje or Kumasi Asante Kotoko Beje or Ashanti Gold. And it's a Ushiano now Shani 2-0. Now Osaba, now it's a Ubeshian a week, just 1 week in a damn team. You expect more from such a coach. And Pansu game near tough. Osha omu create a lot of chances.
Yeah.
But House of Folk manage enya 1 goal. Eddie, we know first.
That's in the top 4, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Then in the top 4, you played against the defending champions and also the league champions rather.
Maybe any Gold Stars.
Maybe any Gold Stars. Last year, I 4 points. Eddie free House of Folk war. So 4 points, you know. Ushian was 2 goals in the first half. Which mean better 2 goals, you know. Emani be 2-2. Now you met Kumasi Asante Kotoko again. Oh no, so 4 points. Eddie free war in the league. Oh no, so Timi share 2-0. Osha top 4 now. House of Folk. Among the teams, you know, House of Folk least points because teams need now 1 point. That is 3 points out of the maximum 18 points. You know, 3 pe. So coming in such a competition, you know what you mean? 7 points, you know, it gives you the supporters hope. Say, Bibi Pana no more social na yede. Aba ono yande yana against Great Olympics for 5 years. Now House of Folk show Olympics that. For 2 years now, House of Folk share Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Obo Kumasi Asante Kotoko 2. 5 years, Obo Accra Great Olympics 1.
Our Democracy Cup, no?
Yes, our Democracy Cup, no? So all the House of Folk faithfuls thought, say, teams or ma torment or ma che. Sa teams are mabubo mudin. Say House of Folk timi enya. You can say almost a bed down almost. Out of these 5 matches, House of Folk conceded at 4 goals against them and made 3 clean sheets. Then good things will come. Then all of a sudden against Hohoe United, I remember question in University of Ghana Sports Stadium and next one against Kando Out of Lions na performance and
friendly game
and also coming from coach your friend Tijani, no coach House of Folk there. A lot of House of Folk faithfuls doing say he's the worst coach ever to grace the occasion for the phobians. Into such a coach in a team or their banner there, as of folk at 20 against coaches lecturer, DIDI Trapaton, you know, Nanke be 2 goals, 3 goals to be, Nanke their statistics, you know, but draw no, buy, you know, a bimbo buyer. But I think, say, yeah, football pundits, you know, you really are better nasi. A share House of Folk this season and House of Folk previous seasons. who say 1 point in 1 game, you know, is far better than what House of Folk did last 2 seasons and last season.
1 point in a better.
Yes, because if you played a game last 2 seasons against Royal Tamale United, you lost by 1-0. Last year, Basake Oli Stars and Social 1-0. Now this year, when you're 1 pointer, it is far better than you having none. So I want to mame, you can say, I recheche say, Bibi Pabi, bet me free na ba afi. That am House of Folk.
All right, coach. A man for Becca say Heart of Folk. See, our kwakwa say Preseason, no Heart of Folk ebon homebody. Ye who Koopman Abreso has share over 20 goals. Watara time more than 20 goals in the preseason. Just ended preseason ya and also has share a lot of goals ebon homebody. But when it comes to action, Ankasa Heart and one homebody, what is the problem? A technical, and I say then.
I will blame the coaches because league, you know, Yambon will probably mine. League matches, Yambon will probably mine. And most of your matches has friendly matches or boy and or bonny probably mine. My mention of Watara success be okay, yeah. Watara the has equal Togo say Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Equal year preseason.
Yeah.
Other corner no aside or Marco Peponeso. Baby a team where you're from say, oh. Team ya Rafael Ponsamu free by
as a cam
baby or more no
yeah
Mako friendly matches be that time na Abdulaziz Nuruddin recover your ball first game be more munya drop you know so he trained the guys on different tests and no wonder in over 20 years Watara and the single coach what mama has to folk the maximum points in a single season
say what bosses in every
year when yes 58 points over year and has J League 2020-2021. It took us for 3 coaches to give them 61 points. Kim Grant, Papich, and some Webodu, or no cry in between Papich transition and some Webodu, no. Nino and Subeso,
yeah,
or no Timiko Liberty Professionals or Karen
1-0.
And it took almost 4 coaches to give us for 61 points. A year team coach, a friend Watara. Enkwama has of 58 points. That is just 3 points.
Now, when was the last time I will be here and sign?
That is around 2008-2009.
Oh, okay.
Dobrev time.
Okay. Dobrev. Say coach, but about the whole season now.
Okay. 58 points.
Oh, okay.
Dobrev time 2008-2009. And I have to folk to me. coaches na ntimi anya akopim 2020-2021 has been 61 sa 61 na 3-4 coaches na dey has here dey enya 61 points no Watara nko ama has of 58 points. That is why ye bi no ne ye kase say football no science there and it should be backed with data and statistics. And has of folk can keep you Watara betima ye dwuma bi dia ye dey e dia ma omo enti me hwe training preseason has of folk de bia wo ye e wo pobi man senya competitions here be ba ye na has of folk eba Legon Stadium near Accra Sports Stadium nanka all their matches omo no pobi man and it happened under Koopman omo ntu kwan omo ti pobi man ho
as Twitter for no so
na je se okwa ya 3 4 5 7 8 10 11 12 which meje one strike and kwati mishe 20 goals kashala afi waba the nations Wembley Accra Sports Stadium ya the tare and why
now why
and so I think say boss season obekọ temale obekọ takwa obekọ doma obekọ bebi eni obekọ bechem obekọ breku enyina ase yembo yenye preseason nko awo ye kan say pobiman so oye ne sadia you are just training them to be fit pobiman one kasa home matches no obo no Accra Sports Stadium any Legon Stadium so why don't you move the players from pobiman so that they can have a feel of the Accra Sports Stadium and the University of
during
Ghana
preseason.
During preseason.
Okay.
So omo ye preseason omo ko China, omo ko Abia America for money aspect, but also for weather acclimatization. And omo be we season, omo preseason obi a make sure say obo match e woni field.
2 games be obo
2 games. Chelsea Ocean the last game in the preseason. Obo AC Milan, Ocean 4. Leeds United, AC Milan, the last game of the preseason. AC Milan, last game of the preseason. Obo no San Siro. Just for the supporters and the players to have a feel of where they will be playing it. So if we're a technical man and you train and play matches at a different place, and you come and play match at a different place, I think say Mboa Osha Pando out of Lions. The last preseason match and Okobo no Pando.
Yeah.
And if you watch the game against Dreams, I said say Dreams FC in a day game in the chair Heart of Lions. But it tells you say Heart of Lions in tough no. So sene you can say Dreams FC. I remember the last example. Baby any Gold Stars in the chain. See baby any Gold Stars. The last preseason game was against the champions of champions against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yeah. In as much as they lost that game, see the performance against Bechem United. It was a marvelous performance, and that is why they won the game by 2-1. But House of Folk last preseason game, Obon away, University of Ghana. The first game Obon away, Obon Accra Sports Stadium. Just a match.
I think the House of Folk the last preseason only Oko United. Pobiman. Okay.
Pobiman.
Yeah. 2-0.
And even the Pobiman, no, Oko United near preparation to the Democracy Cup. And was or we are in one more match game. And two ball Pobiman, the ball Legon Stadium now ball first game. Accra Sports Stadium. The players and House of Folk have signed about 10 players. Friday, he used about 3 players.
Yeah.
One. I made for the Karim. And we use Duku. And we use Ali Muhammad. But I want to say player will go too. I have friend no Amankwa Befi. Oko alone. I feel no about. He needs to have a feel of the Accra Sports Stadium. Some man way in our kahon. And I mean me when it's a House of Folk. Beginning of the season, I end time koye. A drew match day 3 match day 4. Now if you more picky, ultimately say or more points in the back.
Okay, Big Stone TV on YouTube and Uguswa channel. Coach, you run it up on Heart of Folk, no. You share a game, no. But your department by department, Kakrebi, na yen fancy. We Heart of Folk is your more solid 3 goalkeepers, and you Benjamin Asari. A Blasters goalkeeper so order pool mo ohwe midfielders no so a the likes of Karim ni ade ebo ho attackers ndukum LED ye me patch of fire fam kakra ohwe goalkeeping na etesen Benjamin Asari any other ones na de besi say ye wie game no na ye fancy
Andy so ubusa me House of Folk goalkeeping there I will tell you say open kofo any problem we assist see a pa dia House of Folk goalkeepers trainer
has any problem
will goalkeeping and we all saw it on Friday that fantastic save by a goalkeeper Benjamin Asari Black Star number 1 he showed say he's a black star material or a black star material. He showed it. And Osha say Benjamin Asari knows is here. Sheriff Schwab, their game against Accra Great Olympics. Okay, long range be now. Olympics player and the boy
yeah.
Equally tells you say if this guy is being given an opportunity, he can also deliver for House of Folk because he's the same goalkeeper who kept against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So he have seen larger crowds at Accra Sports Stadium because the President Cup was basically free for everybody to come and the entire stadium was packed. And so to me die. Emo consider 2 goals. In as much as we experience, you know, at least pressure kakrabe fano. Osha Solomon Agbesi dia. He doesn't need
a third goalkeeper.
Yes, that makes us folk a big club.
Okay.
That makes us
Solomon Agbesi.
When him say Chelsea at a point in time, no Peter Cech or Courtois. That makes you a big club.
Okay.
We a big club. The Oba House of Folk defense now. I think say Osha Omudia Obaka House of Folk need problem. The only problem is how the defenders read the game, especially the left back, Ransford Mensah. Born as or no person they be a born a better and son or no again or the bay. And it doesn't make you a player who plays for a big club. You have to think before the ball comes to you. And to share, most of us folk attack, you know, not and I'm the left flanks. But also the ball no cross and
the crossing
because he does not think before the ball comes. He thinks after the ball has come, and nobody will give you that chance for you to play. Amankwa if he was excellent. So Amankwa if you get the likes of Emmanuel Amankwa, who is also a fighter. Or no, which means a born now or born massa. On a come with you, no, be pesca dia kofi. So I like such a player. But the center back of House of Folk, no, apart from you can say youthful exuberance. Omunimbo nebo Ali Muhammad ne PK. Omunimbo nebo. By Drew baby omope mi show pencha se me pese me chere supporters ne say minimbo nebo. Bon so yembo en convince supporters.
Especially Kevin.
Anya supporters ne tua woka. Coach and a man will be born na team penny fire day. And the end Kevin and Obesha go, Yababa Basso. One should go, Yabaka Sawasa. So when you want to prove to supporters, you are equally digging your grave. Because a day will come. When him say a Drew baby, even the game against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Yes, Manembo.
Yes, Manembo.
Yeah.
But hasn't he been the best defender for House of Folk?
Yes, for the past 2 seasons.
Yes, but yes, Manembo because we have mistakes. House of Folk game in the top 4 against your friends, Gold Stars. On a quiet mistake, my second goal near there. So, born or more born. The coaches should talk to them. Don't play to convince the supporters. Play your ball. Supporters will support you. So I think the House of Folk set up on it there. They have an experienced team. Which on my ball. Baba Demuya or no so THROA. He's a very fine left back who can also play as a center back. They have equally good players. Oben Fifi, I think say. In the Premier League, if a team can compete as a folk, then it should be Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Or yes, there is no team in the Premier League now or better made for the Senate House of Folk. So we bought Opoma Frane. Now we bought Karim. Now say we use our 2 players we free one. Ubenya in the shape of Asma and Raphael and Ponsa. Dear BM now open. Theophilus Collins and so my. They have excellent team. Every department of the game they can give you. Say a buy young hold the ball, Raphael and Ponsabe hold the ball, or betima tackle Asma. See the performance against Accra Great Olympics. Offer a branch a friend Hussein also a very good player. The only thing I Warren is say or Bobo on a man
over elaboration
or Bobo on a man or non quan a person or Bobo no say yes idea. I think Senko a very good player. Attack no na House of Folk problem. And that has been House's problem for the past 4 seasons.
Oh, attack and House of Folk attackers 4.
Yes, you see, House of Folk attackers or one. Last year, a year coach a friend Abubakar Watara Yadibi, which I supported, but Fana Amfa. House of Folk needs a player who has scored more goals.
Okay.
A player into Okofa, a branch a friend of Asamoah Boateng,
Nations FC.
Yes, that was a big thing to do. Osha House of Folk Karim, no. Nations FC, he was in the local blasters. So buying so Abamobi and say, me a blaster material. House of Folk a big team. And this year, no, I was expecting House of Folk to buy a top striker. Striker was 10 to 15 goals. The fact say Oto we na amfa nkyere say Okoto we amfa. But one of confirm by Duku, even though Duku has scored some goals, 2 goals, one against Pando out of Lions, one against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But I still think say they needed an experienced striker, even though Kwabena Boateng ewo hono Kwabena Owusu Prince Kwabena Owusu hono but we don't know why he's not playing. Technically I think say Didi Dramani ade aka na say the players don't know the club they play. They know that they are playing House of Football. But House is a winning team. They don't know defeat. House in him defeat. Or Momunim and the Osha Friday born or Mobona. They were playing as if say Omoya United. They were not playing with any agency. That's a
no seriousness.
Mejebo me passia my way. Say Ali Muhammad Mejebo some dema Piqué. Piqué him so Ajebo was so bosim. Say me strike and Mejebo say me that. There was no seriousness. That is what is left with House of Folk. That mentality or mode share Kumasi Asante Kotoko 2. Mentality or mode that form 2 goals bar up. You better take 2 goals against baby any goal stars. You know. Say House of Folk bomu 50% on Friday. Come sure say come winning game by 3 goals. But as we said, you know, first game in the season, we have 33 football weeks to go. And Didi Trapatoni, meaning say or your coach wakekana ho a obetimi ayeye nneoma de ama House of Folk. Na coach out training coaches there. Yes, he's a professor in coaching.
Oh, yeah, coach is educator.
So coaching ma, any professor, but he's a professor in coaching. One thing a friend Didi Trapatoni, social Trapatoni system wabo ewo Italy or de Juventus major trophies ne Italian national team. Ultimately say yes, Ampa or a good coach. One thing I Didi, or also Didi in Nase. I think 33 weeks there. Didi has a lot to do. But first game, you know, it came. House of Folk can come out. At least they have once the last 2 seasons. On mobile, you know, on Benya team a friend or you shall Treman or Moshe one.
Yeah.
It gave them hopes. Last year, on mobile 1-0, yes, 1-0 we no more Pando ko G2. Now they have an easy, relatively an easy game against Dreams FC. Tema,
yeah.
Yes, New Kraku. I think the House of Folk can manage and get a win there to boost your supporters. And mind you, 4 weeks from now, the big game is coming off.
Yes.
Against Kumasi
Asante Kotoko.
And this is a team Omonya first winner 15 years. Omonya first win Brekum, the Golden City Park. So it has given them encouragement. If they're able to even progress to the Champions League, the next stage of the Champions League, they will be meeting House of Folk with a lot of hope and kind of say determination, because they've been able to progress to the next stage of the CAF Champions League and also has been able to defeat Samuel Bodu and Brekum Chelsea. House of Folk, meaning said they will put things right and they can come back and probably win the league.
All right, Coach Ali, the supreme sort and the king of Agwazu Palace. One was Saba, Chiwa, Fountain, and I say, on to coach, Yada Sepa.
Andy mentioned that I want to test a move, Juma. Test a dada me. Or dada me.
What dada all?
Say, Adiano, no me monitor.
Canaman said 90.
No me monitor Adiano.
Okay.
The America, yeah. Phobia headquarters. After me to check me, who know. Son was a big stone. Big
Stone TV. All right, coach, Yada Sepa. Coach, I don't know about Belgium. Company, the moon, another time, you bet, I am a moon, bye bye.